back to where Sky Blues walk. We have a fan base in absolute uproar. We called it last week. Well, these guys did. Collins shouldn't have started. Welcome back. We're reviewing the Luton game. We're looking ahead to the Boro game. We're also talking about our favourite home game of the season and what colour should the away kit be next season. Most important question of all. Lots to get through with Jay, Tom, Scott, and Ben. Thank you for joining us. Tom, you were at Luton. Oh, God.
Unfortunately.
Can we get through this whole episode without saying how bad Collins is, or should we just get out of the way now? Go on.
Tim Pot ground and doing this again. No, I'm joking. It was an experience. It was an experience being there. I've never been before. Yeah, it was so gutting. Really, it was, because we were all very positive in the away end before the game. Wembley again. I don't like singing it because we're not there yet, so I don't know why we do that. But fair enough if you do. And you know what? I thought we defended brilliant for 90 minutes. And I do feel for Collins, because he's had a calamity mistake at the end, but he played a really good game. He made some really good saves, especially when Walsh had that chance. He got them fingertips to it. So it wasn't a bad game from Collins. It was just right at the end. It was such a poor way to give a goal away. He goes into the back of Kitchen. I don't know why he comes out. Maybe he was too confident, because Kitchen had that header covered. He had it any day of the week. You could see it on the replay. So I don't know why he's come out for. He's need his own man. And then Kitchen's trying to find a foul. He doesn't know it's Collins that's done it. But then Binks as well. I do think he could have cleared it. And he stumbles over his own feet. And it's just a calamity, really. It's so gutting, because we defended brilliantly for 90 minutes. Especially, they were coming at us all game. And since that red card, which I tweeted out, I was very angry that it wasn't a red, but actually look back on it, I think it probably was. He did clip him. I do think he's going to be one-on-one. So I'm not going to delete my tweets, but I will take them back. It was a red card. But in the away end, you couldn't really tell, and everyone around us was saying that it wasn't, so I was fuming. But I watch it back, and I will admit it's a red card. So that's a fair decision, but just truly gutted, really. But Saturday's massive. Just got to get a win or draw and hope on results. But I'm sick of hoping on results recently. We've been doing it too much. We just got to win at home, sell out, bring a scarf, everyone, and let's do it, hopefully.
You've answered about 4 questions I had prepared there, right? Okay,
passionate Ron.
Yeah, right. Okay, I was going to ask you about the. Let's go with the. First of all, Jay, was that a performance you could be proud of? I know you lost, and there was a dodgy one, but I thought that was a incredibly battling performance from Coventry. I thought you deserved a point. I don't think you deserved to win, but was that a performance to be proud of?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. I think with the Plymouth game the week before, literally no fight at all. So being down to 10 men after 13 minutes, the guys really battled and worked hard for 80 minutes. Brad Collins, as Tom said, had a good game, made some good saves. He did well. The defenders weren't. I didn't think that Luton had many clear-cut chances. Obviously, they had a couple of long shots and things like that. So I just think it was just good in the way that we lost it in the end. Collins makes a horrific decision to come out. He must be about 15, 16 yards out, batters Kitchen in the back, and then the tames of little shots by Baptiste, and Binks could have thrown his hat on it. How he
did, yeah.
The whole thing was comical, and Luton put out a view of the goal from behind, and it made it look even worse. It was just absolutely shocking, and it was just. I wouldn't say I was proud of the performance, but I was pleased that they battled at least, and sort of gave it all. People like Had You Right, who sort of moaned at being lazy, put a really good shift in. Lampard, he got clattered by Morris quite early on. He looked injured. He looked like he's limping. He's not the fastest guys anyway, but he looked like he's limping for, again, a good 80 minutes. But again, truly battled for that whole game. So that's the sort of stuff you've got to be proud of. But then, unfortunately, Coventry being Coventry, we do Coventry things at the end.
Yeah, and it won't have escaped you, I'm sure, that we had Stoke fans wanted to let you know you had one job. You let them down, you let Derby County down, you let Hull City down, you let Preston down. All of them are fuming with you.
I would argue that they let themselves down there, Mark. It's their job.
Yeah, Stoke said never ask them for a favour again. Right. Scott, let's do the red card decision then, shall we? Let's do the first one. As Tom has already given his view on it. What was your view of the first red?
From looking at it, I must admit I had to watch the video 2 or 3 times because I wasn't sure if the lad had tripped himself up and sort of feigned it. But having looked at the video 2 or 3 times, there's a slight clip on, I think, Jay's left knee that catches his foot. It's like a tap tackle in rugby. The speed the lad was going, so I think he's quite rapid as well. You know, put his left foot behind his right foot, or whichever way around it was, and gone down. Yeah, I think, you know, he's through on goal. He's got a goal scoring opportunity. If it was Adji right, we'd be all over it as a red card. You know,
defensively, you looked a bit suspect in that moment, though. I mean, you've had a few of these balls over the top in recent games, haven't you?
Yeah, he got the wrong side of him, didn't he? Another ball over the top that's done us. He's got the wrong side of him. Tried to cut round, and he hasn't broken stride either. So it's not as though it's done it on purpose. He's not broken stride. It's the faintest of touches. Yeah, unfortunately, it's a red card in my opinion. There was a lot of talk about the referee having his card out before he even spoke to the linesman. So, you know, I guess that could have been an option. But from looking at the replay, I think it's a red card for me, Mark.
I mean, I've seen a Lampard Everton side concede many very similar goals with a ball over the top like that. Seems to be something he hasn't got in his, he hasn't got in his locker. Cheers for that, Ben. What about the other red card then for Walsh, the Luton player? Now the Luton fans said that ultimately, I think it was Binks, wasn't it, who went down? That your player acted disgracefully in trying to get a player sent off for play acting. Didn't shove him in the face at all, but went down like he had been. What's your view on that take?
Well, it was a second yellow card, and I think it was a second yellow card. Of course, he's down to 10 men. You're going to try and get the referee always looks to even games up. It's at any level. When you know when the other team's got a red card, that the referee will look to even it up. It's just the way it is in football, and it always has been. He milks it, but that's what you do. We had to get through that game. We were time wasting, and we did a great job until Bradley Collins came out like flubber at the end. But it was just like Burnley all over again, wasn't it? It's Kitchen and Collins. It was literally the same carbon copy of it. And yeah, luckily, I think that everything sort of, it didn't really matter, did it? Anyway, everything sort of went for us. So yeah, on we go.
We've been so lucky recently with these results. We've been so lucky, but we can't keep relying on them, especially Saturday, because I can feel an upset. I can feel a Blackburn or a Millwall win. So I do think we need to win on Saturday.
Well, a Blackburn win is not beyond the realms of possibility, is it? Given they'll be on 68, and if you and Middlesbrough draw, and North Bristol City, of course, beat Preston, which I think they're going to, then that leaves you and Middlesbrough out.
Strange things happen in the Championship. So anyone can beat anyone for me. So I think if we just win, we're comfortable. I don't know about relying on results because we've been doing it too much and we've been very lucky recently, especially with Middlesbrough.
I watched Boro after our game and they were terrible, honestly. But they'll be just typical if you just go and
at home as well.
Yeah.
Let's get some social media takes from it, shall we? Tom says, I know it's a cop-out, but Christ, let's not get near this Premier League this season. Let's sort this keeper and defensive situation out, and I'm not sure Sims is the one. Ben, we missed you kind of last week when we were discussing this, but to say you went away to Plymouth and to Luton and to come back with nothing, do you deserve to go up? Oh, you're muted, Ben.
Oh, you're talking to me. Do we deserve to go up? You get what you deserve, don't you? We've been very lucky. I mean, whoever goes up out of the playoffs, I mean, apart from Sheffield United, I think would be lucky to go up, and they don't really deserve it because Sunderland have been terrible for half a season nearly. No one wants the playoffs. It's like, you have it. It's terrible.
There's a couple of people questioning Frank Lampard, Jay. I mean, it's scandalous as it is. Adam says, I'm actually fuming with Frank Lampard. Another tweet says, serious question here. Lampard is a great manager and has done an incredible job, but why is he picking Collins over Wilson week after week? There needs to be some accountability from the management team. I mean, how far do you agree with that?
I don't think people are questioning Lampard as a manager. I think they're questioning his decision of putting in Collins over Wilson. Again, I don't think neither of them are the answer. Ben Wilson has a mistake in him as well, so let's not sort of act like he's going to come in and sort of change everything for us. Leeds just scored, by the way, guys, so that's good.
Yeah.
Four more.
So a few more. So I think again, there's rumours that Wilson's not fully fit. So that would be the thing. But again, I do feel that they need to sort of come out and say if he is or not, because there's massive pressure on Collins now. I think he's made 6 matches since Dover got injured, and he's made three big mistakes in games. So there's lots. Again, even mentally for the guy, he must be so much pressure for him. And now everything relies on this last game against Boro. Do we stick or twist? Again, people are saying you can't really put Wilson in for the last game because there's a lot of pressure. But my argument is, if we beat Boro, then we've got another 3 games afterwards. As I said to you last week, I personally think if Coventry get into the playoffs, for me, that's a successful season. I've got no confidence after that just because I know Collins has got a mistake in him. And in 3 matches, he's going to break our hearts, which is even more heartbreaking than losing out to Boro, I'd imagine. So I would sort of question Lampard a little bit there. And again, substitution-wise, again, I do feel like he needs to make substitutions a little bit sooner and make some sort of changes sooner in general. But overall, the guys did a fantastic job. I've had an argument with one of our fellow fans on Twitter saying it's sort of, if he loses the game, he should be sacked. But then my argument to that is we've got Doven injured, we've got Milan Van Eyck injured, we've got Bobby Thomas injured, we've got Mason Clark injured, Torp injured, probably 4 or 5 starters out of the team there. So would you expect Coventry to win if Doven was in goal? I would say, yeah, most of the games we would expect if Doven was in goal, we would pick a lot more points up. So I don't know if there's any pressure on Frank Lampard at all. But again, yeah, maybe he didn't like talking about individual players, as he said, over the last couple of weeks. But I feel like there needs to be a bit of clarity with the whole Wilson situation, if he's injured or not. Whatever happened there.
Yeah, like
I'm convinced he's injured. I'm convinced Wilson's injured because Collins.
He wouldn't be.
I said it like last week, didn't I? I said Collins will start every game now for the rest of the season. I just don't see Wilson starting at all, even if we do get playoffs. I reckon he's injured, but they're just not saying it. I don't really know why, to be honest, but it's got to be that for me. Surely, I could be wrong, obviously.
I don't know why he'd be on the bench if he was injured.
Exactly.
He's just sticking with him.
I mean, that ball could have gone through to him, couldn't it? The ball could have gone through to Collins on Saturday, and it could have been him bringing the centre forward down as opposed to Jay. Yeah. Then what do? We got goals on crutches, haven't we?
Very true. Very true. Very true. Very true.
Who knows?
Yeah, well, we'll find out.
Yeah, we'd like to know. At least.
We'd like to know.
I didn't like when Robbins was in charge, though, and was changing the goalkeepers all the time. I don't think that's good for anybody. Just pick one, and it is what it is. Yeah. Until the end of the season.
Well.
Yeah.
The guy had a good game. Collins had a good game. Apart from that, again, I did put a tweet up before the game. Brad Collins, man of the match performance incoming, and I was seconds away. I'm a little tweet ready afterwards.
Man of the match for Luton.
Well, saving it for Saturday, Jay.
Yeah, he had a really good game until he cost us the game.
Absolutely.
I know, exactly.
I know you probably don't care about it, but that goal has been discussed on nearly every podcast, affecting so many teams. Our Plymouth fans earlier, I don't know if you may or may not have picked this up, but that goal and Collins' error has knocked Argyle out of the league.
Good, because that's what you get for cheating last week.
That's what you get for beating us 3-1.
See you later.
Collins gave them a couple of goals as well, so they can't argue about that too much.
That's what they get for hiring Rooney as well. That was a shocking decision.
Yeah.
Let's end on a positive, shall we? Rob says, I am vocal about how much I dislike this group, but I can say that I am pretty proud of that performance. 90 minutes of it, at least. We defended so well and showed a real grit after what was never a red card. All to play for, play up Sky Blues. And that's what we do on Saturday, 12:30. The CBS will be rocking Scott. If Boro go 1-0 up, are we going to see a CBS that's going to roar and get behind the team, or will we default to nervous quietness?
No, we've got to. I even wrote it down in my notes about Saturday. I was thinking, I did write down what's it going to be like if we go to 1-0 down, and I think they'll get right behind them. I think they'll be at it early, or we'll be at it early. It's a massive day. I think they'll be supported from start to finish. I think we're better off. Well, it would be better off if we had to win the game. Yes, there's permutations of us getting the draw and what have you, but I think Frank will just say, ignore that. We go out, we win the game, or we try and win the game. forget what's going on everywhere else. If we win the game, we're in the playoffs. And I think it might be an absolute belter of an atmosphere. My son's a mascot Saturday as well.
Oh,
so,
brilliant.
Yeah, he's going out with the players, and he's already said to me, I don't want to walk out with Brad Collins. And he's only 12. And I said,
Might drop him.
My son will hold him. It's random. He said, well, what am I going to do? I said, we had a chat about it. I said, it doesn't really matter who you walk out with. I said, whoever you walk out with, just tell them to play well and have a good game. I said, that's all you need to do. Just enjoy yourself. But he's a little bit nervous at the moment. But, he's looking forward to that. So
I'll keep an eye out, Scott, when I'm there.
Sorry?
Right.
I'll keep an eye out when I'm there on Saturday.
Yeah, my mum and daughter are near you, Tom, as well. I've got them tickets, so I think
that's nice. Okay.
Whole family.
If you find out who he's with before the game, I'll keep an eye out when I see him come out. Although I won't be able to see because I'm under that big flag thing, so I don't ever get to see the
I'll message you anyway.
Out.
I'll message you to see who's walking out.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm always under that big flag, so I don't see anyway because I'm underneath it. So.
I just hope it's not Tatsu or Jamie Allen because being 12, he's probably not far off.
He's going to be bigger than him. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Right. Well, hope he has a great game, and I hope.
That'd be brilliant.
Fingers crossed for you that it goes well. We look forward to Coventry Sheffield United semi-final. That'll be amazing. Right. Other little bits and pieces we're looking at this week. We're looking ahead to the summer, of course, and things that need to be done. We'll do that next week though, because we don't know which, of course, division cover gonna be in. But what's been our favourite? Oh, we need to away shirts. Jake, very quickly with you. What colour should the away shirt be next season? Bit of fun this week.
I think we've got two perfect models here. I really like the yellow Tom's wearing, and third kit, the black, I think is amazing as well. So I think away kit, you have to have a green and black, or a yellow or a red. I feel that's just sort of colours. Definitely not white.
I was going to say that.
I think just looking at Tom and Scott here, and obviously Ben's got it in the background there as well. I think the yellow, black, and the sky blue be absolutely. I think that combination looks.
There we go.
And it looks good in as well.
Already done and dusted, I'm sure, somewhere. But Ben, would you agree? Bit of yellow this year?
I had written down the yellow with the blue shorts, like the Brazil kit. I enjoyed that. Well, not the season, but I like that kit. Yeah.
No, there. Let's manifest it now. Yellow and blue next season. Right, brilliant. Thank you. And of course, it's the last game at the CBS. It may not be the last home game at the CBS, but it's certainly the last home game of the regular season. Scott, what's been your favourite one? Of the regular 22 plus all cup games as well, you can throw in there as well. What sticks in your
games?
Sticks in your mind?
The home games. I wrote a couple of home games down. I enjoyed the game against Spurs in the Carabao Cup. I thought we played very well there for 87, 88 minutes. I thought we were brilliant. Looking at the league, I've probably slimmed it down to Sunderland, to be honest. I know we won 3-0, but I thought we were brilliant from the first whistle to the last whistle. So it was Sunderland for me. Great hat-trick for Haji Wright. Won it when we needed to win it, got the 3 points, and I think, that's by far the best performance that I've seen this season at home, Mark.
Tom?
It's quite tough. I think Pompey could be up there. We were poor, but that Jamie Patterson moment. So Stoke, because that Bobby Thomas moment. But if we're going performance-wise, I'd say West Brom's up there, Sunderland as well. They were great performances. There's quite a few to choose from, and there's some that I could say were pretty poor, like Derby, but we won't go into them because it's the best. So overall, I'm going to go Sunderland. That was a really good day, and the atmosphere was unbelievable. That Mason Clark song was exceptional that day. So I'm going to go with Sunderland.
Okay, Jay?
Yeah, well, the guys said we've had a lot of games we've scored last-minute winners. Oxford, Pompey, Stoke, fantastic last-minute games. But performance-wise, I think Sunderland and West Brom was by hand back down performances of the season I saw at CBS. So I'm going to be a sheep and go with Sunderland. Sunderland as well, just because it's Sunderland. Great performance.
And Ben?
My favourite was Luton at home. I loved that game. That was brilliant. Yeah.
Right. What have they forgotten?
As well.
What have they forgotten? Let us know in the comments below. Right. Good luck then on Saturday. I'm pretty sure Sky will. Well, they should pit this as like a.
They already have
3
main event.
Yeah, their main event.
Yeah,
they've done it. They've announced it earlier. They announced it earlier.
Oh, come on! No disrespect at all, but there's a few bigger issues going on down at the bottom that I thought might have been the main event. All right, never mind.
It's a shame to get less home fans now as well because of the cameras.
That's what happens when you've got Lampard behind you.
Exactly. Yeah, he's on TV all the time.
All right. Good luck then against Michael Carrick's Boro. We'll, of course, see you for the final one of these next week. Join us for that. Thank you very much for watching. Do drop us a quick subscribe. It'd be brilliant if we can get to that target just before as we finish the end of the season. Thanks for watching. See you next week.